Liberals admit Russiagate was made up. A new report has been picked up by liberals, including those in the media, from The Nation and Salon, even though it denies the entire Russian narrative. Patrick Lawrence of The Nation admits that the former NSA officials behind the report conclude there was no hack of the Democratic National Committee system on July 5th last year, not by the Russians, not by anyone else. Hard science now demonstrates it was a leak, a download executed locally with a memory key or a similarly portable data storage device. In short, it was an inside job by someone with access to the DNC system. This casts serious doubt on the initial hack as alleged that led to the very consequential publication of a large store of documents on WikiLeaks last summer. The group behind this report is called Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity, or VIPS. They are widely respected experts with the necessary credentials to tackle this kind of cybersecurity issue. The organization got their start protesting the Bush administration's use of perceived faux intelligence about WMD to invade Iraq, according to Salon. So unless the Russians have insider access to the DNC, they could not have been behind the WikiLeaks dump. Instead, someone working for the DNC or who had access to the DNC leaked the information intentionally to share it with WikiLeaks. This calls into question every element of the Russia narrative, even in the liberals' own eyes. The Nation article calls for a new fact-based examination of who phished John Podesta's email, who leaked the DNC emails, and whether or not the DNC made up the figure Guccifer 2.0 and perhaps the whole Russian narrative. In fact, the Russian narrative may have been a setup. These experts conclude that the June 15 Guccifer 2.0 leaks were deliberately altered to make it look as though Russians were behind it. One of the VIP's experts who completed the report, William Binney, has suggested the intelligence community has been trying to avoid admitting how little evidence they have to back up the Russia narrative. Binney was a former technical director for the NSA under the portfolio of World Geopolitical and Military Analysis. There are two indications that this new report has the Democrats flailing wildly. The first is that no mainstream media outlet has managed to produce a reasonable criticism of the report, and liberals are calling attention to it. Only one media outlet attempted the task, the New York Magazine, and they failed to address the facts. Instead, they insisted they didn't have to, arguing the well-composed and clear article from The Nation was impossible to take seriously, they argued. If you wanted to take this serious enough to engage with, you can't because it only intermittently makes sense. Perhaps to a layman, but I suppose that's why the report was created by former NSA experts and highly qualified individuals, a fact which the New York Magazine article completely obscures. New evidence shows there was no Russian interference in the DNC leaks, but it rather appears the leaks were internal. Is it time to call an end to the so-called Russiagate investigation? The other indication that Democrats are trying to bury this story is that the DNC sent The Nation a message saying, essentially, that they aren't mad, just disappointed. It's unfortunate that The Nation has decided to join the conspiracy theorists to push this narrative. Really? they should end it right now. And why are they not calling these people to show how and why it was done, and just leave the whole Russiagate theory alone after that, you know? Get the technical support in and knock out this whole story, because it is false and we're getting sick and tired of it. Let me know what you guys